Good morning, Silver Lakes. I'm Shania.
And I'm Anushka. We'll start off this week with the jam-packed sports segment.
Let's see what's going on for soccer, swimming, basketball, and wrestling.
Good morning. I'm Karina, and this is your sports report. Last week was big for the swim team as they competed for their district championship. Let's see what all the excitement was about.
There's a moment before the swimmers dive into the pool when the crowd is silent. Years of flip turns, kickboards, and chlorine will soon come into play. But right after the official says take your marks, the swimmers are in, and it gets crazy. Recently at the 19-5A district swim meet, our Spartan swimmers took hours of training to the podiums. The girls' relay started off the meet with a win, beating Cinco Ranch by a full body length. Then senior Lindsay Chabette took first in both the 200 IM and breaststroke. She was followed by teammate Rachel Grooms and her wins in the freestyle events. As the meet went on, the Spartans racked up win after win after win. The boys' team was led by William and Charles Steele and seniors Adam Sherman and Andrew Spencer, who competed and placed in various events across the board.
Hey guys, I'm here with Adam Sherman and Andrew Spencer, some of the boys from the varsity team. Adam, the boys do kind of this crazy thing where they do silly things with the hair for districts. Why do you guys do that?
Well, basically we do that just to show dedication to the team, just show team spirit. So most of the upperclassmen, they'll shave their heads. Some of us bleached it like mine. And then a few of the underclassmen will do that as well.
Hey y'all, I'm here with Rachel Grooms and Lindsay Chabette, who just got back from their district championships on Friday and Saturday. Rachel, you won Athlete of the Meet. What did that feel like for you?
It was just an honor to be recognized for my hard work and to be able to contribute that to the team.
Now, Lindsay, we caught a glimpse of you winning the 200 IM. What did that feel like for you?
It was really great because I didn't even realize I was in first till the last leg, so I saw that and I just finished and I ended up going to best time, and it was great to contribute that win to our team's overall win.
So originally it looked like Cinco had won the meet for the girls, but
They did not.
in turn, the Seven Lakes girls won. What was that moment like for you guys to finally be there in the pool winning?
It was like the best moment of high school. It was just like, because I mean, we had never won before and Cinco had won the past 10 years, and it was great to finally put them in their place and just like have that for the program and for everybody. It was a great moment.
That's awesome. Lindsay, what about you? How did you feel?
It was just great that just how it happened and that it was our senior year, so it just was a great ending to senior year and a great ending to our last districts, and I'm happy that we could leave that with the team before we leave.
Okay, so Andrew, what do you guys do to prepare for districts?
Well, together as a team, we cut back on yardage for practices. We work more on sprints. And 2 nights before the big meet, we have a pasta party at someone's house, so that helps us come together as a team more.
So swimming is a really individual sport, but you have to train together. So what do you guys do as a team to really get each other motivated?
Well, I mean, a lot of us, we cheer for each other, obviously, at the meets, but also in practices, we push each other. And that's, I guess, the main driving force is that we push each other in practice.
Well, we can't wait to see how great you guys do at Region. Good luck to y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Spartan wrestling team won the Region 3 championship this past weekend. They were the first KISD wrestling team to ever win it in the boys division in UIL history, and only the second Houston area team to ever win it. First through fourth placers will advance to the state championship in Garland in 2 weeks. Placing third was Justin Morrison and Kai Holland. Placing second was King Wu, Malik Pickett, and Eric Hunt. Placing first and winning the regional championship was Zach Mortis. Good luck at state. Our boys and girls varsity basketball teams are closing in on district championships. We thought we'd take a break from game highlights and post-game interviews to do something more fun.
Hey Spartans, we're here at our three-point competition between
Katie Keese.
Jay Terry.
and we want to see out of 10 possible shots who's the best three-point shooter. So we have 2 from the baseline, 2 from the wing, 2 from the top, and so forth to the back for 10 total shots. If it becomes tied, we'll go to sudden death, and we'll go from there. All right, so who goes first?
Ladies first.
He's got it.
All right.
Okay.
Sudden death.
Well, nice three-point shootout, you guys. Congratulations. Very nice show. Thanks again.
That's all for this week's Sports Report. See you next week.
TED, which stands for Technology, Entertainment, and Design, is a global set of conferences that focuses on ideas worth spreading.
Let's watch a recent TED Talk on technology tips.
I've noticed something interesting about society and culture. Everything risky requires a license. So learning to drive, owning a gun, getting married. There's a certain... That's true in everything risky except technology. For some reason, there's no standard syllabus. There's no basic course. They just sort of give you your computer and then kick you out of the nest. You're supposed to learn this stuff how? Just by osmosis. Nobody ever sits down and tells you this is how it works. So today, I'm going to tell you 10 things that you thought everybody knew, but it turns out they don't. All right, first of all, on the web, when you're on the web and you want to scroll down, don't pick up the mouse and use the scroll bar. That's a terrible waste of time. Do that only if you're paid by the hour. Instead, hit the space bar. The space bar scrolls down one page. Hold down the shift key to scroll back up again. So spacebar to scroll down one page works in every browser on every kind of computer. Also on the web, when you're filling in one of these forms like your addresses, I assume you know that you can hit the tab key to jump from box to box to box. But what about the pop-up menu where you put in your state? Don't open the pop-up menu. That's a terrible waste of calories. Type the first letter of your state over and over and over. So if you want Connecticut, go CCC. If you want Texas, go TT. And you jump right to that thing without even opening the pop-up menu. Also on the web, when the text is too small, what you do is hold down the control key and hit plus, plus, plus. You make the text larger with each tap. It works on every computer, every web browser, or minus, minus, minus to get smaller again. If you're on the Mac, it might be Command instead. When you're typing on your BlackBerry, Android, iPhone, don't bother switching layouts to the punctuation layout to hit the period and then a space and then try to capitalize the next letter. Just hit the space bar twice. The phone puts the period, the space, and the capital for you. Go space, space. It is totally amazing. Also, when it comes to cell phones, on all phones, if you want to redial somebody that you've dialed before, all you have to do is hit the call button, and it puts the last phone number into the box for you. And at that point, you can hit call again to actually dial it. So you don't need to go into the recent calls list. So if you're trying to get through to somebody, just hit the call button again. Here's something that drives me crazy. When I call you and leave a message on your voicemail, I hear you saying, leave a message, and then I get these 15 seconds of frickin' instructions like we haven't had answering machines for 45 years. I'm not bitter. So it turns out there's a keyboard shortcut that lets you jump directly to the beep like this. Unfortunately, the carriers didn't adopt the same keystroke. So it's different by carrier, so it devolves upon you to learn the keystroke for the person you're calling. I didn't say these are going to be perfect. Okay. So most of you think of Google as something that lets you look up a web page, but it is also a dictionary. Type the word define, and then the word you want to know. You don't even have to click anything. There's the definition as you type. It's also a complete FAA database. Type the name of the airline and the flight. It shows you where the flight is, the gate, the terminal, how long till it lands. You don't need an app for that. It's also unit and currency conversion. Again, you don't have to click one of the results. Just type it into the box, and there's your answer. While we're talking about text, when you want to highlight, this is just an example. When you want to highlight a word, please don't waste your life dragging across it with the mouse like a newbie. Double-click the word. Watch 200, I go double-click. It neatly selects just that word. Also, don't delete what you've highlighted. You can just type over it. This is in every program. Also, you can go double-click drag to highlight in one-word increments as you drag. Much more precise. Again, don't bother deleting. Just type over it. Shutter lag is the time between you pressing the shutter button and the moment the camera actually snaps. It's extremely frustrating on any camera under $1,000. So that's because the camera needs time to calculate the focus and exposure. But if you pre-focus with a half press, leave your finger down, no shutter lag. You get it every time. I've just turned your $50 camera into a $1,000 camera with that trick. And finally, it often happens that you're giving a talk, and for some reason the audience is looking at the slide instead of at you. So when that happens, this works in Keynote, PowerPoint, it works in every program. All you do is hit the letter B key, B for blackout, to black out the slide, make everybody look at you, and then when you're ready to go on, you hit B again. And if you're really on a roll, you can hit the W key for whiteout, and you white out the slide, and then you can hit W again to unblank it. So I know I went super fast. If you missed anything, I'll be happy to send you the list of these tips. In the meantime, congratulations. You all get your California technology license. Have a great day.
In years past, when someone did something nice for you, you then took the time to sit down and write them a thank you note.
SLAMCast member Zach Kornblau thinks it's important to keep this tradition going.
Thank you, Instagram. I really wanted to see what everybody had for dinner. Thank you, giant cement balls, for thinking I'm stupid enough to drive through you. Thank you, school bathroom sinks, for giving me a nice daily pressurized shower. Thank you, KDISD, for making me come to school on Memorial Day. I had such a fun time playing in the lush snow last week. Thank you, electric pencil sharpeners, for being especially quiet during tests. Thank you, tall, smart people, for hitting short people in the face with your backpacks full of books every time you turn around in the hallway. Thank you, D-Lunch, for selling out of most things before I arrive on Fun Food Day. Diet Sprite and half a potato is such a well-rounded meal. Thank you, White House, for agreeing to respond to all petitions with over 100,000 signatures. FYI, Justin, the petition to deport you back to Canada now has over 250,000 signatures. Thank you, students, for glaring at me upon re-entry into the classroom from the bathroom. It makes my arrival so much more comfortable knowing that you are also excited to see me on my return from the toilet. Thank you, water fountains, for having fluctuating water levels. I love going from getting splashed in the face to having to put my mouth on the metal. Thank you, Flappy Bird, for making me want to throw my phone across the room. And thank you, Red Hot Chili Peppers, for showing us during the Super Bowl halftime what men over 50 look like with their shirts off.
That's all for this week.
You stay classy, Seven Lakes.